Hot, the hybrid and online teacher training course at Craven Community College. In this video tutorial, I will demonstrate how to give particular students extra time or extra attempts on a quiz in Moodle. So let's go ahead and scroll down and find a quiz in my course. So here I am at my final exam. I will select the final exam, go to my gear, and select User Overrides. I will add a user override. I will search for a student, select that student, and now I need to decide on when I want the quiz to open, when I want the quiz to close, how much time the student will have to take the quiz, and how many attempts they will be allowed to have. So I will start by opening the quiz on a certain date. And then I'm going to close the quiz on July 17th. So I'm going to give them this many days, and I'm going to close it at 11:59 p.m. So I've enabled those time settings for when the quiz will open and when the quiz will close. So this does not change the settings for the other students, but it changes them for this particular student that's getting the override. In addition, I can decide how many minutes I want to allow them to have to take the test. So or I could do it in weeks, days, or hours. So once they open the quiz, I can determine how long they actually have in the quiz to take it. So I can enable that or disable it. In addition, I can decide how many attempts they have. So if I want this student to have 3 attempts, I'll just select that. And then I could also add a password if I want the student to have to enter a password to be able to access the quiz. And once I set all of these settings for the student, I will save, and that has given that particular user an override so that they will have additional time and an additional number of attempts than the other students. Also, now when the student accesses the quiz by clicking on the quiz link, if they scroll to the bottom of the page that opens, it will show the time that the quiz is opened, closes, and how many attempts they're allowed to have. So the student will actually be able to see the settings that were set up with the additional time and days. So that's it. Thank you for joining me for this hot topic of additional time and days on a quiz. See you next time.